boys and girls. We are going to go ahead and start our HMH lesson for Module 2, Lesson 3. We are going to be reading many kinds of matter. Miss Yusuf, we already read that, I know, but we have to read it again because there's spots where we need to stop and talk about the things we are reading. So, starting there real quickly, let's go back to the book. So, Many Kinds of Matter is a non-fiction book. Non-fiction book means that it is a book with facts and informational facts. So if we look here, we've discussed this before, we use information, text, or non-fiction stories to describe something or to tell things in time or in different steps. You can also use informational text to compare and contrast things, to show problems and solutions. So those are all elements of the informational story. An informational story usually has an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. The introduction is the beginning part, the main part. The body gives details and reasons, and then the conclusion retells your main idea. Okay? All right. So, Many Kinds of Matter. Go ahead and open your textbooks up to the story Many Kinds of Matter. Go ahead and take out your HMH books. Take out your HMH books and turn to page 122. Rena, take out your HMH book. Okay, my onliners, I've assigned it to you online, or you can just continue to watch here. Okay, so again, it's nonfiction. It gives you many facts. As we read the story today, we're really going to focus on captions with arts or photo. We're going to focus on photographs. And we're going to focus on how visuals and words work together to help you understand what you're reading. 122. 122. Okay, so let's go over some of our vocabulary words. We're going to start with the first word, which is amount. So in your vocabulary notebooks, I need you to write the word amount. You can number it if you want. So in your notebooks, where's your notebook? You should have it out. No, that's not a notebook. That's a textbook. Good job, Destin. That's a notebook. In your notebook, good. You need to write the word amount. A-M-O-U-N-T. It's on the board. Amount. Who can raise their hand and tell me what they think amount is? Destin. Okay, not really a bottle. Ramsey? Please go sit down. I'm teaching a lesson right now. Yes, Miss Ramsey? Good. So amount might be amount is how much there is of something, right? It's how much there is of something. So next to the word amount, I want you to write is how much there is of something. I'm going to move my head and move this up. So you're going to write an amount is how much there is of something. My onliners, please do the same. Okay, the next word is material. Material. Oops. Where are you, material? There you are. Okay, let's look at the picture they have for material. Oh, wow, it went down. Now look. Okay, here we go. Material. Let's look at the picture. Who thinks they know what material is? Raise your hand if you know what material is. Dustin? Good. Maybe the things that you buy, the material that you bought. Who else can give me another idea? Renaya?
The things that you use to make stuff.
Okay, maybe like cloth that you use to make things. Ramsey, did you have another idea? Good. Things you can make clothes with. Material is what something is made from.
That's what I did.
So go ahead and write that down. Write material, and then write is what something is made from. I suggest you take out your highlighters and you highlight the word material. Don't highlight the whole thing you wrote. Just highlight the word material and then write the definition next to it. So take your highlighter out and highlight the word material. And go ahead and write it down. If you need more time, pause the video now. Okay, our next spelling word is space. Space. Let's look at this picture. Does this mean like outer space? No. Who can raise their hand and tell me what they think space means? Dominic? Good. Like when there's a little bit of things to put in that space, like the amount of room maybe. So space is an open area or place. Go ahead and write that down. Space is an open area or place, and you're going to highlight the word space.
Do you want us to highlight amount too?
I'll give you a minute. If you need a minute, pause the video now. Okay, our next word is what?
Example.
Example. Very good. Let's look here. What is this a picture of? Bananas. Very good. So an example is a part of a larger group of things that are alike. So this is an example of a banana. So example, you're going to write this. An example is a part of a larger group of things that are alike. Okay? Alright, if you need time, you can go ahead and pause the video now. Our next vocabulary word is easily. Easily. Let's look at the picture. There's a picture of a hand saying 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What does easily mean? Easily, something that is done easily is not hard to do. So you're going to write something that is done easily is not hard to do. Okay? Alright, if you need time, pause the video now. Okay, boys and girls, the next word is forms. Let's look at this picture. This is a picture, and there are different forms of pasta. We have the shell pasta, the curly, the straight, the linguine. This is called forms. Who can tell me, what do you think forms means? Renaya?
Different types of things that are the same but look different.
Very good. Something with many forms has different shapes or ways of being. So the word form has different shapes or ways of being. So go ahead and write that word down. And if you need time, pause the video now. Alright, class, the next word is planet. Wow, look at that beautiful picture of the planet. Who thinks they know what a planet is? Dominic? Good. It looks like it might be a rock, but it's not, and it's in outer space. A planet is actually a large object in space that moves around a star. So a planet is a large object in space that moves around a star. Okay, if you need some time to write this down, go ahead and pause the video now. Okay, last one. is tasty. Tasty. Let's look at this picture. What's happening in the picture? What do you guys think tasty means? Good. If something is yummy, maybe it's tasty. What are they doing in this picture, Jacob? They're eating pizza. Very good. Okay. So something that is tasty is good to eat. Go ahead and write that down. If you need some time, pause the video now. Okay guys, now that we're done with the vocabulary words, let's go ahead and move on with the story. So again, we're going to pay close attention to captions, the pictures, and words that work together to help you understand the story. So again, we are making inferences about what the author does not say. Okay? Let's listen to this video here about liquids.
Look all around you. What do you see? Everything you see is a solid, a liquid, or a gas. Think about something you can hold in your hand, like a pencil. How is that pencil different from something you can pour, like milk? How are the pencil and the milk different from the air you breathe? Everything around you is a type of matter, even the things you can't see.
So everything around you is a type of matter, even the things that you can't see.
So even atoms?
Matter. It's everywhere, you know. Even you are made of matter from your head down to your toes. Did you know that? Okay, let's keep going. Alright, we're going to go ahead and quickly read many kinds of matter one more time, but we're going to stop at certain areas. When we're done reading, there's going to be an activity, so if I were you, I would pay really close attention. Many kinds of matter. Okay, follow along inside of your book.
Matter. Matter is everywhere. Matter is anything that has mass and volume. Mass is the amount of material in an object. Volume is the amount of space an object takes up. Trees, lakes, and people are matter. All have mass and volume. There are 3 kinds of matter.
So, I'm sorry. Volume is the amount of space an object takes up. Trees, lakes, and people are matter. All have mass and volume. All right, I'm going to popcorn read now. I'm going to be reading, and I'm going to call on somebody. And if you have no idea where I am, please be prepared for a consequence. Okay, we are right here right now, but I'm not going to point, so you better follow along. There are 3 kinds of matter. The 3 kinds of matter are solids, liquids, and popcorn. Popcorn, Christian, and what? And gases. Very good. Okay. Pay attention. All right, let's look at the next one. Here we are talking about, let's go back for a second. In the picture, there's a picture. What is that a picture of? Who can raise their hand and tell me this is a picture of what, Rena? This is ice cream? No, this right here. What is that?
Oh, I know.
What is that, Jasmine? I'm sorry? Oh, not the rocks, but this next to it. What is that, Dustin?
Medicine.
Good job. That's medicine. Why do you think that the author chooses to show irons, rocks, and medicine on this page? Why? Dominic? Very good. To show the different kinds of matters, solids, liquids, and gases. Very good. And this is a solid, the rocks, the liquid is the medicine, and the gas is the steam that comes out of the iron. Very good. All right, let's keep going. Solids. Books, rocks, and toys are solids. Solid matter holds its own shape. Solids do not make the shape of their containers. Popcorn, tuck. good. Marbles fill a jar, but the marbles are still round. Good job for paying attention. All right, so here there is a picture of a book, and the books are an example of a solid. Very good. The shape of a solid does not change when you put them in a container. Did the shape of a marble change when they're put into this jar? No, they are still round, right? They're still cylinders. I mean, not cylinders. They're still round spheres. All right. Let's see. How are solids the same? How are solids the same? Can you compress them? Can you change their shape? No. All solids hold a form of shape that cannot be changed. How do the pictures give more information about solids? What are these examples of? Oops. How do the pictures help us understand what a solid is, Bernaya?
Because it shows us that you can't compress it.
Good. It shows us an example of how the solids cannot be compressed into
And
this.
I heard you say it.
Very good. Okay. Let's look here at the next page. It's a picture of a boy with a recycling bin. It says, solids are not easy to compress. Compress means to squeeze something into a tight space. Bottles and cans are solids. It's not easy to squeeze them into this recycling bin. You can't compress these into the recycling bin. They're just going to kind of float on top of each other, right? Let's keep going. Solids do not flow. Solid candies don't spread across the ice cream the way the hot fudge sauce does. Why does the hot fudge sauce spread across the ice cream? What is the hot fudge sauce, Leia? It's a liquid. Candy sprinkles are solids. They do not flow over the ice cream. They just kind of sit around it. Those are solids. Very good. Let's see. Now here the author is comparing and contrasting solids and liquids. What is the solid what is the solid and the liquid that the author is comparing and contrasting here? What is he comparing here? Bernaya?
The hot ice cream fudge and the candy sprinkles.
Good. The candy sprinkles with the hot ice cream fudge. And he says how these are two examples of a kind of matter. Very good. Okay. I wonder what type of matter hot fudge is, right? Or we kind of already said that. It is a liquid, right? Okay, moving on. Liquids.
Solids do not flow.
Oops, we're here.
Solid candies don't spread across ice cream the way hot fudge sauce does. Candy sprinkles are solids. They do not flow over ice cream. Liquids.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oil,
Liquid.
syrup, and water are liquids. Liquid matter does not hold its own shape. Liquids take the shape of their container. Water inside a swimming pool takes on the shape of the pool. Oil is one example of a liquid. Water in a square pool takes on a square shape.
Right? So oil is an example of a liquid, and water is an example of a liquid. See how a liquid can be compressed? When a liquid is compressed, it takes the form of its shape, right? Unlike a solid. Well, can you put a solid inside of a bottle like you did with the oil? No, you cannot. Very good. Oil is a liquid. It does not hold its own shape. It takes the shape of its container. All right.
Liquids are not easy to compress. Milk is a liquid. You couldn't fit the milk in the jug into the little carton. Liquids flow. Liquid syrup spreads across pancakes.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there real fast. All right. Why couldn't you fit the milk from the jug into the little carton? Why can't you fit the milk in the jug into the little carton, Jasmine? I'm sorry? Very good. Milk is a liquid. Liquids are not easy to compress. There's too much milk in the jug to fit in that small carton. It's going to overspill, right? That's too much. A gallon is much bigger than that little cup. All right. It's a carton, but I'm sure the amount of milk in there is measured as a cup. Anyway, use what you have learned to tell how solids and liquids are alike. How are solids and liquids alike, and how are they different? How are solids alike? Leah? Very good. And how are they like liquids? How are solids like liquids? Dominic? Okay, but that just changes forms. But what do they have in common? What's the same about them? What's the same about a solid and a liquid? They're both forms of matter. Very good. They're both different kinds of forms of matter. All right, let's go ahead and read about gases. Gases. Air, steam, and your breath are?
Gases.
Your breath is one example of a gas. Gas matter does not hold its own shape. Gases take the shape of their container. The air inside a hot balloon takes on the shape of the balloon. Very good. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. Gases are, I know it's not on the board, but that's okay. Look in your books. Follow along. We're on page 132, and my onliners, if you just give it a second, it's loading. It should show up soon. All right. 132. Gases are easy to compress. Carbon dioxide is a gas. Gases are easy to compress, okay? That means you can put them in a different container, kind of like a liquid. Carbon dioxide is a gas. It's inside soda cans. It's squeezed into the cans to give the soda bubbles. That's why when you open the can, it splashes out a little bit, right? It's not the soda that's splashing out, it's the carbon dioxide. And again, the carbon dioxide is a gas. Excellent job. Excellent job. Why does carbon dioxide rush out of the soda can when it is open? Why does it rush out? Because it was, what, Bernaya? No, the carbon dioxide was what? Rena? Good. It takes a breath out finally because it was compressed inside of the can. And when you open it, it breathes and it goes, and all of that carbon dioxide comes out. And that carbon dioxide is what makes the soda bubbly. Okay, very good. Let's keep going. Gases flow. The air inside a bubble spreads to fill the space inside the bubble. Think about what you know about bubbles and gases. Why does the air inside a bubble spread to fill the space inside the bubble? Air is a what? Just say it, everybody. What is it? Gas. Air is a gas. Bubbles get larger because the air spreads. So the more you breathe into a bubble, the more air goes in it, the bigger the bubble is, right? The less you breathe in it, the smaller the bubble is because the less air there's in it. Unless it pops, you put a lot of air in there and you do it too fast and the bubble pops, then that's a different story. All right, let's keep going.
Matter and changes. Matter can change from one kind to another. Some solids can change to liquids. Some liquids can change to gases. Water is a special kind of matter. You know that water is a liquid, but it can easily be found in all three forms on our planet. The liquid in this cup is changing to a gas.
So they talk about how the water can be found on our planet in three different forms. Who can raise their hand in inference, or give me an inference, or tell me why you think the author included these pictures on this pages? Why do you think, Jacob H., why do you think that the author included these pictures on this page? To show us the what? Good, to learn about the different forms of matter. To show us the different forms of matter, we have a solid and a liquid and a gas. Very good. The solid is ice. It's all the same form. It's all water. This is water. When it freezes, it becomes ice, which is a solid. Very good. This is water in its liquid form as a river, in a river, and this is the water as a gas form, right? Okay, let's move on. Water becomes a solid if it is cooled. It turns into ice. Water becomes a gas if it is heated, right? When it boils, it heats. All right, let's keep going. Why do you think the author shows two sentences in a different color and size here? Here he says it turns into ice. See how this is a different color than this? This is white and this is black. Why do you think the author does that? Why do you think the author puts them in different ways? Dominic? Okay, and that information is important, right? So he basically wrote the main idea at the top and then wrote details here. So the main idea is it turns in ice, and then it tells you how water turns in ice in black. Water turns into ice when it freezes, and then it tells you more information about that. Here it says the main idea for this bubble is it turns into steam. So here it's telling us details on how water becomes a gas and turns into steam. That's why they have it in different forms and different colors, the words, because the words here is the subtitle, and the subtitle gives us what the main idea of what's here. Okay? Almost through. Let's go to the next page. I'm going to start reading my onliners. Just give it a second. It'll load. Oh, there it is. All right. Water at any temperature can change into water vapor. Water vapor is a gas. This change is called evaporation. Evaporation. All right. So we have evaporation. Condensation is the next one. And it says, this change here is called condensation. Water vapor changes back into liquid water when it cools in the air. And here you can see the condensation after a hot shower. The water vapor touches the shower door and turns back into a liquid, or the mirror if it was really steamy. That's called condensation. Other matter can change forms too. Cheese is a solid. It melts when it gets hot. It changes to a liquid. Same thing with ice pops. Ice pops is a liquid, and when you freeze it, it changes to a solid, into a popsicle. We use solids, liquids, and gases every day. They are an important part of our lives and our planet. Okay, now for the good part. How does a snowman change as it melts? We're going to use some details from the words and pictures and many kinds of matter to explain our ideas. So first, picture a snowman in your mind. I want you to close your eyes and picture a snowman in your brain. In your mind, okay, and write words that describe it. So we're going to write words that describe your snowman. Then picture a melted snowman, and then we're going to write words that describe that. All right, we're going to do that in a little bit. Now write sentences to describe how a snowman changes as it melts. Remember to find details in the story that in the text and pictures that can help how it's changed, and then you're going to use describing words. So we're going to do that activity today, and then we're going to do those tomorrow. So right now what you're going to do is I'm going to give you a piece of paper. And on that piece of paper, oops, this is going to fall. I have to figure out how to do this. Okay. On that piece of paper, you are going to write, on the back, you're going to write, snowman. And then T, then you're going to write melted snowman. And then I want you to draw a picture of your solid snowman and then draw a picture of your melted liquid snowman. After you've done that, you're going to write words to describe your solid one, 3 words to describe your solid one, and 3 words to describe your melted one.
So do you have to draw it first?
Okay, you can draw it first or you can write the words first. Describing. So, Miss Yusuf, what are we writing? You're just writing one word. So, who can give me an example of one word we can write to describe our snowman that's not melted? Brenaya. It's a solid. What's another word we can write? Think about how it feels or how it smells. Yes. Cup. Huh? It's not a gas, no. Yes? I can't hear you. It's not a liquid. I'm asking you to describe a snowman. Who can describe a snowman? Leah. It's cold. Okay. What else? Ramsey. It smells like ice, but ice kind of smells like nothing. But really think about it. Really close your eyes and think about holding the snowman. It's cold. What else? It's what? Yes. It's round. What else? Think about it. Haney. It's soft. What's another one? Jacob C. It's crunchy. Good job. I was just going to say that one. Crunchy. Okay. Now our brains are starting to work. All right, Amaria? Huh? It's fuzzy. Okay. What else? Who's somebody have a cold one? Ramsey. It's mushy. Very good. It's mushy. Okay. Or actually, mushy would be melted, right? When it melts, it becomes mushy. When it's still frozen, it's still pretty hard. So maybe we should put mushy here, right?
How about white? 'Cause snow is
Okay.
white.
Raise your hand.
I was gonna say
Bernaya? White.
No, it's
Okay. Snow. Oh, here. How it looks when it's not. Okay, it's white.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop there because we already have a lot here for the solid one. Now we're writing it. So here, maybe at the top we should write solid. I guess that would make more sense, right? And then here we could write liquid. Okay? So solid, and then you're going to write how it looks in a liquid form. I'm going to let you think of that on your own. You need at least 3. You don't need 7 like I have.
I want
3 is enough. If you want to write more because you have a lot of really good ideas, write it. Okay? So I'm going to give you a piece of paper and you're going to start doing that in just a second. My all-niners, you're going to do the same thing. When you're done making this list, you then are going to write a little paragraph describing how the snowman is different. Okay?
I'm gonna draw this on me first.
Or hold on. After you make this list, you are going to describe how the snowman changes as it melts. So you're going to say the snowman changes as it melts because how does it change? It is no longer a solid. It becomes a liquid. It is no longer cold. It becomes warm. It is no longer crunchy. It becomes, okay? So that's kind of what you're going to do. That's exactly what you're going to do. When you're done, I want you guys to submit it onto the Google Classroom. My class, and that's in the classroom, you're going to turn it into me. All right, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. See ya.